Another concept that will help you understand tenses, which I have mentioned earlier, is the concept of number, right? The concept of number simply means singular and plural, all right? The illustration is that in English, we have what is called singular verbs and plural verbs. So, following the rule of concord, singular verbs agree with singular subjects and plural verbs agree with plural subjects. Okay, one important thing about singular and plural verbs, which is referred to as number in English, is that plural verbs do not take s, but singular verbs do take s. Recall, this conflicts with the concept of singularity and plurality in nouns. In noun, one noun do not take s, but more than one noun take s, okay? So that is conflicting, but you shouldn't confuse yourself. So the opposite is what is applicable to verbs. Singular verbs, meaning that verbs that refer to an action that is performed by one person. Those kind of verbs do take s to show that the action is performed by one person. On the other hand, plural verbs do not take s. This is because they are trying to describe an action that is performed by more than one person. All right? The other concept, which is the concept of the forms of verbs, is very, very important because in my previous videos, I talked about the nature of verbs, okay? So the nature of verbs is explained in what I refer to as the forms of verbs. So English verbs have basically 5 forms, all right? And these 5 forms refer to the 5 nature that the verb undergo in order to show the time of an action, all right? So the forms of verb basically means the changes that the verb undergo to show the time and persons that are performing the action, as well as the number of people performing the action. Basically, there are 5 forms of verbs, as I have said earlier, and these forms include, there's what is called the base form. Other people call it infinitive. You could call it to infinitive. All right. So the base, the infinitive, the to infinitive is still the same thing. It means verb in its natural nature. That means these verbs haven't undergone any changes. They are natural. Nothing has occurred to them. Those verbs are in the base form, or what is called infinitive, all right? And these verbs are plural. Verbs in the best forms are plural. Take note of that.